These are vegan hot cross buns, and I promise you they smell even better than they look. We are making hot cross buns today, but not the basic kind, and I will be sharing some of the tricks along the way that most recipes never tell you about. Let's go! First thing, and this is a step most recipes skip entirely, soak your dried apricots the night before. Roughly chop them and cover with a fresh orange juice plus a small splash of orange blossom water. Just leave them at room temperature overnight. What happens is they rehydrate fully and take on that citrus fragrance, so every bite of the bun has this jammy, deeply flavored pocket rather than a tough, chewy piece of dried fruit. Warm your oat milk around 30 degrees Celsius. If you don't have a thermometer, dip a clean finger in. It should feel warm but not uncomfortable. Add your fast-action yeast and a pinch of sugar, give it a gentle stir and leave it for 10 minutes. In a large bowl, combine your bread flour, cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, and the zest of a full orange. Finally, sugar and salt. Don't be shy with the zest. It's one of the most aromatic things you will add to this dough and it costs you nothing. Now add your softened vegan butter and fit the dough hook. Run the mixer on its lowest speed for about 2 minutes, just until the butter is broken up and the mixture looks like rough, sandy breadcrumbs. Working the butter into the dry ingredients before the liquid goes in, you coat the flour particles in fat, which limits gluten development slightly. That's exactly what gives enriched doughs their soft, pillowy texture rather than something chewy and bready. Don't rush this part. With the mixer still on slow, slowly pour in your yeast, the oat milk, and the orange blossom water. Let everything come together into a rough dough, then increase to medium. That's the speed 4 or 5 for most machines, and let the mixer do its thing. Let the mixer run on medium for 6 minutes. You will see the dough go through stages. First rough and shaggy, then it will start climbing the hook and cleaning the sides of the bowl. By 6 minutes it should be smooth, elastic, and just slightly tacky. One thing to watch though, resist adding extra flour if it looks a bit sticky early on. A slightly tacky dough is a hydrated dough, and hydration is what keeps these buns soft the next day too. Drain your apricots well and pat them dry. Add them to the dough. Now, stop the mixer and do what professional bakers call the window pane test. Tear off a small piece and hold it between both thumbs and forefingers. Slowly stretch it outward. If the gluten is properly developed, you will be able to stretch it so thin that it becomes almost translucent. Shape it to a smooth ball, place in a lightly oiled bowl, cover with a damp cloth or cling film, and leave somewhere warm for 45 minutes to an hour until double. The oven with just the light on, no heat, sits around 28 to 30 degrees, which is ideal. That's how I left mine. Divide your dough into 6 equal pieces. Use a kitchen scale, aiming for 90 to 100 grams each. Uniform size means uniform baking, and it takes 2 minutes. Now place a piece of dough on a slightly floured surface. You don't want a lot of flour. A little friction actually helps here, and cup your hand over it. Move it in a tight circular motion, letting the dough catch slightly on the worktop and pull itself taut underneath. About 10 seconds per bun and you will have a perfectly smooth, tense ball. That surface tension is what gives you the dome in the oven. Arrange in a lined baking dish with about a centimeter between each other. They will groove together and create those classic pull-apart sides. Cover and prove again for 40-45 minutes and preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, or if you're using a fan oven, 180 degrees Celsius. For the cross, we're keeping it classic. 20 grams of plain flour, just enough cold water to bring it to a thick, smooth paste, and a small dash of orange blossom water. Stir it well until there are absolutely no lumps, because lumps will block your nozzle mid-pipe, which is deeply frustrating. It should be the consistency of a toothpaste, thick enough to hold the shape. Transfer to a piping bag with a small round nozzle. One continuous line down each row of buns. Rotate the dish 90 degrees. Pipe across, don't stop between buns. Continuous motion gives you the cleanest line, confident and quick. Into the oven for 18 to 22 minutes. Deep, even golden brown across the whole tray. Start checking at 18 minutes. Every oven is different. While they bake, your kitchen is going to smell completely extraordinary. The moment they come out of the oven, immediately while they're still hot, warm your apricot jam with a tablespoon of water and a teaspoon of orange blossom water until smooth. Strain it so there's no lumps, then brush it generously all over the buns. The reason you do this while they're still hot is that the heat opens up the surface of the dough slightly, letting the glaze absorb rather than just sit on top. You get a finish that looks something from a bakery window rather than home kitchen. 2 coats if you want maximum shine. Leave them 5 minutes. then serve them warm, pull apart at the table, and that is your Easter bake sorted. And honestly, with the mixer doing most of the heavy lifting, there's no excuse not to make these. This is the hot cross bun recipe you will come back to every year. Full recipe is linked in the description with all quantities and timings, and I will see you in the next one.